little bit track by track. Start out with the Serpent instrumental, right?
Yep. That was a song that we wrote. We actually wrote that whole song in the studio. We were just kind of going over all the, making everything tight before we actually started recording drums. And it was an idea that Ben, our keyboard player, had. He had this thing that he kept playing, and we were kind of like, that could sound really cool on the album. So we just decided to do an instrumental with it, and I don't know, it pretty much.
Yeah, it went really smooth. Like,
it's pretty killer.
We were out having cigarettes. He was jamming. I quick threw this guitar lick down, and then it just like went from there.
It took like one night to write it. Nice. It turned out great.
Yep. Wax Walls, second song. First single, right? Pretty much.
That was one of the first songs that we wrote for the album too.
Yep. That song has to do with like finding light in a dark place, like being in a spot where you're just down and out. And sometimes when I'm at least down and out, I can get like this thing that just smacks me in the face and says, "Hey, you've got a lot to be thankful for." And, kind of like this band and being at Warped Tour and stuff like that. Like sometimes you're on the road, you get depressed, whatever, but then you realize, hey, look where I'm at right now. Like, I've got a lot that I can be thankful for.
Nice. Stay Captive, next song.
The video just got debuted. It's getting rave reviews.
Yep. We did it out in LA.
Yep. That was the first song we did for the album, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, well, no. It was one of the first.
Yeah.
The first one was Sleepless Nights.
Oh, okay.
I think.
That's right. You're right.
And then one of the B-sides, and then Anemia. But Stay Captive is about people that have a really hard time seeing kind of like what good there is left in the world, I guess. And then people that take the good that is left in the world and kind of like throw it away, I guess. George Bush does a lot of things in the name of God. And I think it's really confused the world to what God is. So like a lot of people are like, well, screw God, blah blah blah. Like that's not cool. Like your God sucks, blah blah blah. When God's not about war, He's doing miracles every day, and I don't know. There's a lot of good things in the world that people just, people ruin that sort of thing.
All right. Next track is Anemia in Your Sheets. Pretty much a catchy riff. Chorus is catchy, pretty catchy song.
Oh yeah, it was one of the first times we ever messed with a thrash riff. Jordan came up with it, and we knew right away it was going to be a brutal song.
Yeah, we that was one of the first ones that we were messing with harmonies for, I think, at your old place,
I think I remember that.
And that song is just about. It kind of like portrays the picture of like a crime scene, and the killer kind of like gets like
revenge.
He gets revenge, but he wins in the end, and like no one catches him, kind of thing.
Cool.
Based on some crazy crap that went on in my life that I kind of wrote metaphors around or whatever.
Nope. All right. Maria next, kind of something different, right?
Oh yeah. That kind of pieced it together pretty cool, because Jordan had this like intro riff idea, verse riff idea. I had this chorus idea, this outro idea. Totally different songs that kind of just pieced them together, and they were really well and eerie together.
So.
It just really helped the mood of the song, and I just love it because I love the collaborative songs that takes pieces from everybody's input, and all of a sudden it's just this really fantastic song.
That's one song too that like I was messing with this vocal thing, and then Mike was like, "Hey, check this idea out," and like that was one of the ideas that like Mike like wrote like solidly, like vocally for that song. And it's about rape, by the way.
All right. Drop from a Cherry Tree, pretty heavy song.
Yeah, it's the first song I ever wrote for the band.
It's a crowd pleaser.
First solo I've ever done. in the band. So it's
Cool.
Yeah, we're playing it live on this tour, and
Nice.
it's awesome. It's so much fun every night. It's got cool harmonies. I
Yep.
mean, it's a well-rounded song. It's one of my favorite songs, not just because of my heavy influence on it, but just because, I think that song is what Still Remains is all about. Heaviness, melody, solos.
All right. Dancing with the Enemy. It's got interesting drums in it. Hearing Bone playing the hi-hat and like that, I was like,
Yeah, like that
dance
dance
rhythm.
beat.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
We with a couple of the last songs we did on the last album, we were talking about doing like some dance beats with, but we never got a chance to really try it. It didn't happen. So that's one of the things we wanted to try for this album. One thing that Still Remains likes to do.